Hi, this is Dustin Burrell, CIS 102 Networking 2. Class, we're doing a video on configuring VLANs, which would be 3.2.1.7 in your packet tracer if you want to follow along. Just pull the network up real quick. So let's just read our first step here. Part 1, view the default. Actually, verify the default VLAN configuration, configure VLANs, assign VLANs to ports. That's our objective. VLANs are helpful in the administration of logical groups, allowing members of a group to be easily moved, changed, or added. This activity focuses on creating and naming VLANs and assigning access ports to specific VLANs. View the default VLAN configuration. First thing, step 1, display the current VLANs. So we're going to go into switch 1. The CLI, and the first command we're going to do is we're just going to show a VLAN brief real quick. So type this command in, and as you can see, it verifies the default name, which is right here, 1, and the ports over here, which is part of FA and gig. So now we're going to get out of that. We want to verify that there's connectivity between the PCs. That is our next step right here for step 2. Notice that each PC can ping the other PC that shares the same network, such as we can go 1 to 4, 2 to 5, 3 to 6, but we're not going to be able to go 1 to 5. And I'll show you an example of that. But let's just ping 1 to 4 real quick and get into your command prompt, ping with the address that you want to use. It's right up here, and that would be 172.17.10.24. Ping that. Now you can ping the other PCs also. It's not necessary right now because there's going to be a time I'm going to pause this video and I'll ping the PC 2 to 5 and PC 3 to 6 later. But I want to show you what would happen, which is our next step, which is let's try to ping PC 1 to PC 5 just to show what a network failure will happen. So we'll go ping 172.17. 20.25. That's the one we want to try. As we ping this, we'll notice a difference. It's not just going to reply. Instead of replying, it's going to request a timeout. So it's important to make sure you're pinging the PCs that are connected on the same network. Now the question right here, it says, what benefit will configuring VLANs provide to the current configuration? Go ahead and get out of this real quick as soon as it's done. There you go. The benefit is VLANs will provide more bandwidth, higher performance, and it will also help isolate traffic. That's why VLANs are important to the network. It gives you more control. It will improve and allow how much data control is flowing through the network. That's a basic answer for you. Part 2, configure the VLANs. So now we got to create and name VLANs on switch 1. Create the following VLANs. Names are case sensitive. So let's go to switch 1 and enable it, conf t, and our first command that we want to do to the switch is VLAN 10. As you're in VLAN 10, the name that we're going to be giving is, if you guys are, this is basically what we're doing. We're going to be naming this right here in switch 1. So, VLAN 10, next thing, name, faculty, staff, enter. Now we're going to do VLAN 20. And then name for this is students. Next one, VLAN 30. Guest default. Make sure you do everything how I'm doing it. And don't have any mistypes or lowercase sensitive when it's supposed to be. See, right as I say it, I mess up. So, yeah, I forgot to put my name. Guest. There we go. Alright. Now, VLAN 99, we got to get that in there too. Type it correctly, that will help. And then this one is going to be management and native, no spaces. Don't forget to put the name in front. I'm showing you guys what not to do. And native. Okay, so we got all that done, and after you get done with that, you want to exit out of switch 1, and then we want to stay in config. No, we want to exit back to S1. Just get back to your S switch 1 and do a show VLAN brief. Okay, and that's what it's going to show right there, and I'm going to pause the video so I can go back to configuring the other PCs and the other switches just exactly the same way we just did those two, but I don't want to take up too much time, so I will pause this and I will be right back. Alright, welcome back. I just got done configuring the switches and got done configuring the PCs. Now we need to verify the LAN configuration. So go back into, I want to show you in switch 2 that I did do a show brief LAN. We have all the ports right here. Here's the default faculty name, that's configured. Here's all the commands I did. I did the same thing in switch 3 also. Now we're on part 3, assign VLANs to ports. Basically what we're going to do here is we're going to go back into switch 2 and see these VLAN fast Ethernet 11, 8, and 16. So go back into your switch 2, and if any of you guys have noticed, we were at 15% completion. Now we're at 45 because I configured the other switches. But anyway, go on the switch 2, and we're back in, going to conf T, get in the config mode. This time you want interface F and then 0/11, enter. And this is the command you want is switch port mode